Hey friends, Cory here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yeti BowBat attack strategy at Town Hall 13, alright? There's a number of things to keep in mind, so make sure you watch all these attacks, because every one of these bases is different, and every one of these attacks is going to give you different tips, tricks to try in your attacks to 3-star more bases, alright? Check this thing out, man. We got a Grand Warden Walk on the right, and that's really a no-brainer for these attacks. You're already bringing the Warden, duh. You're already bringing the healers. You might as well get a whole free funnel out of it, alright? Just make sure you keep him away from high damage units like single target inferno, scatter shots. You don't want to have to burn a rage on him unless that's already figured into the plan. With this attack, you have to be mindful of your spells. You're going to see William here has 2 rages and a jump with 5 bats and 2 freezes. Tell you what, with only 2 freezes on the backside, he cannot afford to have very much splash damage left. He manages to save a jump spell by using a super wall breaker to get in that first section of base, and he's got his only jump spell leading into the core. Check that out, man. That Grand Warden ability is perfect right there. First of all, keeps those bowlers and yetis invincible during the time that scatter shot is on them. Very important, it can damage them really quick, but he also timed it to where the blimp was in the Grand Warden blast. That way, seeking air mines, that sort of thing, single target infernos, air defense is locking on, none of that stuff is going to be able to stop that invincible blimp from making it all the way to the town hall. Check this out, man. That's going to ensure those bowlers and yetis survive. Of course, nothing is going for that scatter shot right now. Everything decided to skip it, but that blimp made it all the way to the town hall. He had super goblins in there and a yeti that are able to get that town hall taken out nice and easy with no spell support needed. Be careful. If there's spring traps, giant bombs right next to the town hall, the super goblin trick will not work, so watch out for that. Now, look at this, man. Let's just take a look at the splash damage left in this base, all right? We got a scatter shot, 2 wizard towers, another wizard tower right back here. He's got 2 freezes and an ice golem. Has he played his royal champion yet? Looks like he played his royal champion down here. Must have direct targeted another wizard tower, which is the best use of her on these attacks. You can just have her snipe, take out an exterior wizard tower like this one. Could have been taken out with the royal champion as well. Love that freeze value right there, catching the scatter shot and the wizard tower with the same freeze. But at this point, guys, he's already played his ice golem, so his bats are going to end up dying out this last wizard tower as soon as that balloon dies. Sure enough, wizard tower is going to make short work of the bats, but the good news is he already got enough value out of the bats, so his troops and heroes remaining have enough health and enough time to finish up the rest of this triple. Beautiful attack by William. All right, friends, next up we got Kryptonian coming in. Look at his spell composition. He's got 2 rages, no jump spells, and I have a feeling he's going to be switching to a blimp. Sure enough, check this out, guys. You see all these little open wall sections that are the meta on bases right now? That's to prevent you from getting super wall breakers to break where you want and force you to take some funky pathing. But for yetis, these little open wall pieces are really, really good because it's going to save you from having to bring a jump or having to try and bring a super wall breaker. So you can take full advantage of those open wall pieces by using the Yeti Smash or the Yeti BowBat attack strategy. Once again, man, we see that Grand Warden coming in. He delays the healers until he takes damage. I'm not sure it was necessary. I think all his other ground troops were already dead at the point on the base. Perhaps he just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to swap off to the king. But here we go. King's coming down to create the other side of the funnel. That's generally how I like to use him as well. If I can, I'll do a Grand Warden walk for one side of the funnel, King for the other side. Now, King is going to make some good choices and pop his ability and continue walking to the right so that we have a good enough funnel. All right, we only got 2 buildings left right in here. They have an open wall piece to get into them, and then from there they can move in to the core of the base. However, he does not have any more super wall breakers. He does not have any more jumps, so he's got to make sure he's got that funnel really tight if those yetis are going to be responsible for breaking through that wall. Now we see that blimp coming in. That blimp has to make it all the way to the town hall. It's got to make it past an air defense and a single target inferno, so he had to be sure to catch that inside the Grand Warden ability there. Otherwise, there's no way that blimp was making it all the way to the town hall. I don't think he had super goblins in there, man. He just raged up some yetis. He wants to get some raged up yeti might value, and because of that, he's going to get another single target inferno taken out and a couple other defenses as well. And look at this. We got yetis on this side tanking this scatter shot, all right? We got a royal champion coming in trying to take out this wizard tower before it can target the bats. Now, right here, man, if you see the scatter shot is already targeting some other troops, you don't necessarily have to freeze it right away. That being said, it might have retargeted the bats at some point if that Yeti that it was targeting it died, so you maybe could have frozen it there, but I like the call. Seeing that it was tanked, not using a freeze because you knew that scattershot was tanked, you're able to save those 3 freezes for the backside of this base where we have 1, 2, 3 wizard towers to worry about. He gets the freeze spell down on the first one. He's gonna need a second freeze right as it wears off. Beautiful. Bats are running a little bit thin. He might even need, there we go, 3rd freeze coming down on the last wizard tower. Those bats should be able to get that one taken out. However, he does not have any freeze spells left, so the bats are gonna die, but that royal champion is gonna survive and be able to take out that wizard tower and that air defense combo, no problem. While that side is done, he's got the rest of his troops and heroes cleaning up on the left side of the base for another triple, swagging that queen ability.
Alright friends, on this next example, we got William at WHF going in. He's rocking 2 rages, 1 jump spell to move those Yetis and bowlers throughout the base. For the back end, he's got 2 free spells and 5 bat spells. He's using that free Grand Warden funnel up on that top side with Grand Warden and the healers, so you're already bringing in the attack. Getting that free funnel uses a combination Baby Dragon and several loons to nail in the right side of the funnel. Now, taking a little bit of a risk here, leaving up those structures on the right because they might pull heroes or Yetis over to the right and out of the core of the base. But he takes that risk so he can send his king in with the rest of his troops. In fact, he got the king in there first, all right? That way it can tank those scattershot blasts and the Grand Warden ability to help. He's got super goblins inside of that blimp. They get that town hall taken down with no spell support needed, and these troops keep moving throughout the base. Now, look on the left-hand side where he's getting ready to start the bats. We got a single, we got an eagle, and we got 2 wizard towers over there, okay? Now, the royal champion up top is going to start tanking that first wizard tower nice and early. Bats are not going to have to worry about that, but he's got those 2 free spells if needed for that backside wizard tower. It doesn't look like anything's going back there just yet, so he's going to have to plan on freezing the backside wizard tower. Apparently, those bats weren't moving quite quick enough for him, so he goes ahead and freezes the single. I probably would have saved it. Both those freezes for backside wizard towers. He gets the last one down on that wizard tower right now. Bats get it taken down just before it's able to get a shot off. Ends up being a good call because there is no more splash damage left on this base. Now look up left. He's got several minions working on the cleanup over there. Very important. These attacks can run out of time. And now we get a showdown with the few remaining bats and the last remaining defense. That Tesla wins the battle. It is the only defense left on the board. Now he's obviously got more than enough heroes and troops to get that Tesla taken out, but does he have enough time? Since he got those minions down for cleanup nice and early on the left, the answer to that, I think he's going to have enough time, guys. He's just racing against the clock now. Queen can definitely get that Tesla taken out, and it's another triple with Yeti BowBat.
All right, friends, next example, look at this. He's bringing a wall wrecker instead of a blimp. Because of that, he does not have to bring any jump spells, so composition on this one's going to be 2 rages. He's got a poison in his composition. He's got 3 freezes and 5 bat spells. Once again, going to be using a Grand Warden to get a free funnel over on the left-hand side. Going to be using a Baby Dragon and a Loon to funnel the other side. And you might be wondering, man, he's going to go in right here. Why didn't he funnel that in a little bit closer? Answer to that's easy, man. You can use your king to complete the rest of the funnel and also send him into the base. Just start him right here. He moves there, and then gets to go in the base with the rest of the troops. Now, I probably would have played the king a little bit sooner, get that funnel established a little earlier, but he placed the Yetis before the wall wrecker, and that is very important. If you don't place the Yetis in front of the wall wrecker, a lot of times your wall wrecker is going to die really, really early in the attack and not make it all the way to the town hall. Remember, he does not have any jump spells here, so it's very important that that wall wrecker makes it all the way to the town hall. I think that was also a big part of the reason why he popped that Grand Warden ability so early, just to make sure that wall wrecker made it through that wall. If he hadn't done that, that wall wrecker probably doesn't make it all the way through that wall. So even though he's going to lose a lot of troops to that town hall blast, getting that last wall open to that town hall is much more important, all right? He could have reached over and got the town hall anyways, but he had to have access to those scatter shots, which are already down. The core troops got both of those scatter shots down. Now, he's got a royal champion working on the left-hand side of this base. He's got bat spells working on the right. Honestly, he could have started those bat spells on either side. He's only got 1 remaining splash damage defense left that can reach air, and that's going to be this multi-target inferno. He's got 3 free spells for that 1 splash damage defense. That's going to be more than enough. Well timed there. Starts getting that multi-target inferno frozen before it has a chance to take out any of his bat spells. It's going to go down. He's got another freeze to spare. It's just going to swag that freezing the cannons there that obviously weren't threatening the bats at all. Now, for cleanup, he's got several wizards already working on the right-hand side of this base. Very important. He had a loon left over too. He probably wanted to use that earlier on in the attack, but since he's got it left at the end, all the defense are down. Loons can be really good for cleanup, all right? They're slow, but they do a lot of damage, so they can get those buildings taken out in 2 shots, really work on that trash ring. All in all, another beautiful triple by Nick WHF. All right, guys, once again, we got another example using the wall wrecker. Let's see if this is going to follow the same pattern. First of all, we got a Grand Warden Walk. He's using a Coco loon for it. Just wants to make sure that none of his healers are going to get taken out. I don't normally do that for a Grand Warden Walk unless I heavily suspect that it's a trolley area that's going to have a Seeking Air Mine. He's going to use another one over here and another baby dragon to start the very edge of the funnel. I would imagine he's probably going to start the king right here, moving his way into the base. Now, this one can be kind of dangerous, all right? Grand Warden's going to get second layer funnel established up here really well, but we don't have anything to funnel these buildings. So if you're going to come in right here, you're kind of taking a risk that all your troops are going to walk around the outside instead of moving through to the core. So he's going to need just a little bit of luck to make sure those troops are going to move their way into the base and not curve around down and to the right. Here we go. That Grand Warden's finishing establishing that funnel. He gets the king down, moving his way in towards the core. Here we go. We got Yetis and bowlers entering right there. Now, let's see, man. He's going to get an early rage down, and that's going to help those bowlers and those Yeti mites actually kind of reach out past and get that funnel established. He really only lost 2 Yetis to the outside right there. The rest of them are going to go all the way into the core. Once again, we got an early Grand Warden ability, keeping those Yetis and bowlers alive, but also, importantly, keeping that wall wrecker alive to bust open that town hall wall. My God, we got so much going on with those rage troops moving through to the core. Sure enough, they're going to get it down. We got BK breaking through walls, getting more access for those Yetis on the backside of the base. Let's look at the splash damage left. We got a wizard tower, a scatter shot, and another wizard tower. We do have several troops in here tanking this scatter shot and this wizard tower, and Queen takes down the other wizard tower on the right, leaving a good starting location for the bats with no splash damage to deal with at the beginning of that. Now, it looked like that scatter shot was tanked, but it's the only splash damage defense left in the base, so might as well freeze it, keep your remaining king and Yetis still alive. Guys, this base is super smashed. Super smashed. All right, Royal Champion still has her ability. He's still got a free spell. That core push just annihilated this base, leaving very little work for the bats on the backside. Fam, click that button in the middle of the screen. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, click that button and subscribe right now. If you're already a subscriber, click on one of the other videos on the screen and we'll keep hanging out.